Hello, my name is Dawn, but a lot of you call me
Spice Dawn.
You Do, and that is Spice Colin behind the camera. And I am super duper excited because this month's, upcoming month's warmer of the month is called Birds of a Feather. And you know how much I like birds. I kind of decorate with the bird theme, like natural birds, not like, cartoon birds or anything. But I love this warmer. And I'm going to give you a few details on it, and then I'll give you a cancer update at the very end. So if you don't want to hear that, you can stop before I start that. But this is the coolest. Now, the dimensions of this beautiful element warmer, meaning there is no light bulb. It has a warming plate, and this cute little dish sits right on top of there. There is a light because there is an LED inside this warmer to give it that beautiful glow so that you can see all the texture, which I'll talk about in a minute. Now, there's no indicator light on this warmer, like that little red thing that most of our elements have. Why? Because you can tell that it's on because the bird is lit up. See? I'm off. Now I am on. Now, the dimensions. It is 5.5 inches tall. It is 7 inches deep, and that is from the front of the nest to the back where the cord comes out. See how it says Scentsy back here? Okay. Now, I had to measure, so 5.5 tall, 7 inches deep, because this is the back, in my opinion, because the cord is there and the dish is there. But from the tip of the tail to the widest point of the nest, it is 7 inches wide from here. So if you're going to be sticking it in a place, that is the true dimensions. Okay, now the material is porcelain. It even says so in the little flyer. It says it's porcelain. But you know what else it says? It says it takes a 20-watt bulb, which it does not, because it is an element warmer. So that is just a little oopsie on some of the flyers, maybe all of the flyers. So don't pay any attention to that. I'm letting you know up front that it is an element warmer. People sometimes wonder wattage on elements, and wattage is listed on the bottom, and you'll never be able to see that. God bless you. It's so tiny, but it is an 8-watt as far as elements go. 8-watt warmer. Okay, so that is that. What color is it lit up? Well, it is white, and then when you light it up, it is also white. It's not like creamy. In some pictures it looks creamier, but in reality, when you're standing here with your own self, it is white. Is there a theme or a scene on the warmer? Well, it is a bird sitting on a double nest, a nest attached to a nest. 2 nests side by side, although the back is where the cord is, in my opinion. That way you get to see the full beauty of the bird. Now, everybody asked me when this first came out, because all my Scentsy peeps know that I love birds, and I didn't want to say until I was actually here in person. And my friend who owns a bird store in Slippery Rock, Pennsylvania, the folks there helped me this morning. And it is kind of a combination of about 3 different birds. And that could be the body size and structure of a robin or a pine grosbeak, or some people might think of this as a dove, but the beak is wrong. Doves have pointy beaks. This has like a grosbeak, finch type beak. But the size of this bird is robin-sized, which a robin is a much bigger bird than you actually think. I used to think robins were little until I started knowing a lot about birds. Robin is a good-sized bird. puffed up. Okay, so it is an artist rendition of several kinds of birds. But if you had to tell somebody, I wouldn't tell them it's a dove, because mourning dove isn't like morning, it's sunshiny, get up out of bed, it's morning. It's morning. And their tweet is kind of sad. So let's just call this a love dove, okay? For people who don't really care about birds. Some of you did and asked me. And for the rest of you, it's just a love dove. But it is not really a dove because the beak is wrong, but you know, it's not a pine grosbeak either, nor is it a robin. It is just generically, oh, look at this love dove. Don't say mourning dove, that is sad. You know what? Do an internet search for the call on a mourning dove because it's sad. I don't want to think about it. Okay, is this warmer sparkly? Not at all. Not one bit of sparkle. Beautiful nonetheless. On a range of 1 to 5, how bright is this warmer? I know what I think. What do you think, Colin?
2.
I thought it too. See how well we're matched? Because this would make a perfect nightlight on someone's dresser that liked birds. For instance, like Easter's coming up, Mother's Day's coming up. This would be a beautiful accent light. And originally I was going to put it under my TV, and I did a picture of how I would stage that, and I'm going to insert that into this video. Also a picture of it in the dark. Okay, I wanted to show you guys how I plan on styling this when I do my permanent setup later this afternoon. I love these little wreaths from just any old craft store. Okay, there's a little one. Here's a bigger one. Pretend that I tucked that cord underneath the wreath and have hidden it. But that's just kind of an idea of how I'm going to do it because I love birds. And I painted that a couple of years ago, and I think that looks just great behind my warmer. Also a picture of it in the dark. But I changed my mind in the last 5 minutes, and now I'm going to put it right there underneath the branch with the bird nest in it. It's a real bird nest fake egg. And down here on that little thing right under the outlet, so it'll hide the outlet. So that's where mine is going to go. Okay, so we have answered all the questions on my checklist, which some of my friends who are visually impaired kind of ask about. Of course, we have a cat drive-by in the middle of a bird warmer video. He's not allowed on the counter, but you know how that goes. The scent is really, really good. Now, there is a description on this scent, but I'm wrecking the place. Absolutely wrecking the place. It seems that I have made a mess, which is okay. Remember, I'm a girl who doesn't handle the wax. I use a knife and stick it back in because I don't want to get wax fingerprints on my warmers. And this is one of those porcelain warmers that if you spill wax on it, kiss it goodbye. Because you're not going to be able to clean it up nicely because it is a porous surface with all of this feathery texture and everything. Now, another thing, don't pick this up by the tail. That is asking for trouble. I'm telling you right now, when you pick this up, just take your hands, pick it up by the double nest. Don't pick it up like a skillet, because somebody's going to break off their tail and they're going to be, then they'll be mourning their love dove. Okay, so, all right, I can't think of anything else other than now that, you know what, this plastic on these clamshells seems to be a little more rigid than I'm used to, which is why I couldn't get it shut right and flipped it all over my counter. But anyway, it's a good scent. It really is. I'm already warming it. Okay, so I have a Facebook page called Spiced On Tips to Share, and some people like to go there because I do some tips. And you're welcome to share this video because you might not have this warmer yet. All right, so now I'm going to give you a little update on the cancer thing. Okay, I only have 2 more weeks of radiation to go, and that is good. And so far, I haven't really had too many bad side effects, although I have a really, really red rash that itches. And just today, or was that yesterday that I showed you?
Last night.
Okay, last night I have found a considerable reddening underneath. Okay?
Just think severe sunburn.
Just think a tube of red lipstick and doing a smiley face. Okay, so I still have all this week. This is just Tuesday, and all next week. So I bet you it's going to get worse. I'm doing the lotion that they tell you to do and all of that. Okay, another piece of update. I did the first part of the video before radiation, and then I went to radiation, and the red area underneath has kind of cracked a little bit. That sounds a lot worse than it really is, but for the reason I'm telling you guys all this is in case somebody has to go through this and then they won't be terrified like I was. Anyway, saline solution, contact lens solution, compress underneath for 10 minutes, let it air dry, and then put some Vaseline on to keep the skin from re-breaking. So just adding that so that if anybody has to go through this, you won't be as scared as I was because I didn't know anything. I was supposed to have a PET scan yesterday, but I talk and I tell everybody at the cancer center everything I think that they should have in their memory bank. And I told her that I had this PET scan scheduled. And they're like, they're doing a PET scan for your lungs now while you're still getting radiated? And I'm like, yeah. He goes, well, that's not good because it's going to queer the results and then it's going to show worse or not show or cover something else up. We have to make a call. So she made a call. So now I don't get to know what's wrong with my lungs. Remember they said there was something wrong or lighting up on my lungs? And they're 90% sure that it's not lung cancer. But you know, there's that other 10%. Makes me a little bit worried. But anyway, so now, instead of finding out if there's more, now I have to wait until March 22nd to find out if there is more. And then I guess they're going to compare it from the last PET scan, and then they're going to do a lung biopsy, and then they'll tell me whatever. So that's all I know for now. But had I not been chatty and told this nurse practitioner that I had this other thing scanned, I would have wasted like a $22,000 PET scan that I couldn't get again paid by insurance until 4 more months. So it's okay to be chatty when it comes to your health. You have to be. And as you know from maybe other videos, I really lucked out and I did not need chemotherapy. But I had previously bought a wig because they were pretty sure that I did need chemotherapy. So I am wearing my wig today only because one of the other gals that I met at radiation and I see every day because her appointment is after mine is losing her hair. And she finally went this weekend and she bought a wig. So today I'm wearing this wig, even though I have my hair underneath, in support of her having to get a wig. So that's why my hair looks different today. But you know what? I've got it in case I ever need it. So there you have it. Is he going to climb up there? You have to be proactive when it comes to your cat's behavior, and he's going to do it.
No.
Not
He and I had a talk. He's not going to do that anymore. Oh, I told you he wasn't going to do that, but I was wrong.
The good news is that we do keep his toenails clipped, and he has never damaged that flat screen, which Colin was about to freak out when he first saw him doing it. But
and very quickly, it's suspended from the hooks around that log. Or excuse me, the log is suspended by hooks in the wall. that were attached by stout string, which Pumpkin or Nutmeg said, I think that would be tasteful. So now, luckily, Dawn happened to be at the right place in the right time. She caught the log before it hit the branch,
And
before
took
it
out
hit
all
the
those
TV.
warmers. See all those warmers? That branch would have swung down, killed the TV, killed all the warmers. And I was just sitting there watching what he was doing, and I ran toward the TV, and I caught the one side of the log.
So now it's suspended by wire.
Because my cat has a disability. He has a pica, and he is on Prozac, and soon to be on, oh my God, he's on the mantle. Took him, is this 3 years to get up there?
So
Okay.
we're going to say goodbye.
We are going to say goodbye because that is not good. I always decorate my mantle, and now Nutmeg has figured it out, and you get to witness it. Woohoo!
We love him a lot, but
Yeah. You know how they say, "Oh, I love him so much I wouldn't trade him for anything."
well,
Sometimes I question myself on that. Anyway, it's been nice chatting with you.
tips to share.
Spiced on tips to share. Don't teach your cat